Hello and welcome back to the weekly predictions. Here we are in week 8 of the season, and I'd like to start things off by recapping week 7. Well, I was 4-1 in my predictions. Dream Team indeed did suck Quinn's sack. Scott's mountain of buys proved too much and Kale took the win. Corn on the Cob edged out LL Cool J, and despite Sean Green and CJ2K putting up some big numbers for Wally, Nate Burleson broke his leg. Sounds familiar? And I ended up getting the win. But more importantly, Dom lost. Hallelujah! Now let's get into week 8. Starting things off this week, we have Joel versus Kale. In this crucial battle of Eastern adversaries, Joel comes in at a disadvantage with some significant buys. Namely, his MVP Arian Foster and his fire crotch of a quarterback, Andy Dalton. But never fear, Joel's replacement for Arian Foster is Dexter McCluster. This is going to be ugly. So, Kale's team is quietly becoming one of the best teams in the league. Besides Alex Green, every single one of Kale's starters this week is ranked in the top 20 of their respective positions. That's fucking scary. On top of that, he's projected to get 160 points this week. Basically what I'm saying is, his team is tougher than trying to convince a virgin to have a three-way. I say that Stack and Cheese and Blowin' Breeze gets the win and climbs to the top of the Eastern Division. Next up, we have Dom versus Wally. Now, Dom's coming hot off the heels of his first loss of the season, and you know that blemish on his otherwise perfect record is bugging him more than when the Heat beat the Thunder in the NBA Finals. Well, he's got a great chance to redeem himself this week when he's going up against Wally, seeing that he's projected to score more than Jenna Jameson does. However, despite the score projections, I think that this is actually going to be pretty close. Wally's matchups are way better than Dom's are, and he might just be able to eke out a win. But I have a really hard time believing that a team that was previously undefeated is going to drop 2 straight. I say that Full Moon Looney Goons get the win. This week, I'm going up against the unluckiest team in the league, LL Cool J, aka Jake. So, just like last week, I'd like to take this time to dedicate a message to him. Oh, I'm gonna fucking crush you. And now for our game of the week. Quinn versus Greg. Now seriously, this might be one of the best matchups of the entire year, seeing that both teams are projected to score over 150 points apiece. And both rosters are more stacked than porn stars after a tit job. However, Quinn is on a 5-game win streak and is leading the league in points. And on top of that, he's got Aaron Rodgers going up against the god-awful defense of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'd expect him to have his way with them like a frat boy does with a roofied co-ed. I say that it's going to be a really close one, but I say that Suck My Sack continues his win streak. And then there's the Dream Team versus Scott. Alright, so seeing as this is the battle of the bottom feeders and somebody has to get their second win of the season, I've dubbed this the Lame of the Week. And this could be an interesting one. Scott has his entire team back from bye week, and the Dream Team is actually starting to figure their shit out. However, Dream Team still has Brian Hartline on their team, and seeing that this may be one of the last opportunities that I have to make fun of him, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of my system. Having Brian Hartline on your team and complaining that he doesn't get you enough points is like leaving a whorehouse and complaining that you didn't feel loved. Look, he had one good week. Appreciate that one night stand, stop calling him back, and throw him away like that used condom that you had. You're not getting much use out of him anymore. I say that Vic in the Box takes the win this week and moves on to 2-6. And with that, this concludes our Week 8 video predictions. I'll see you all next week. But before I leave, I'd like to bring something to everybody's attention. It turns out that one of our league members and an NFL player were separated at birth. Suck it!